Love me, stupid.
All right, check out the Sneaker Pimps. They have a remix coming out today from their latest album. It's a really great song. You just heard it there. Now, Pierre Poilievre, the Conservatives and the NDP are forcing an emergency debate at the Finance Committee about this housing crisis. So you're going to have to check that out today. It's at 2:30. Enjoy.
Mr. Speaker, there are questions on the Public Safety Minister's recent recusals. Was the Ethics Commissioner consulted prior to the Public Safety Minister setting up an internal conflict screen? And can the Prime Minister explain to this House why the Minister has recused himself?
The Honourable Minister of Public Safety.
Mr. Speaker, in all national security decisions, my utmost concern is that of the safety of Canadians. I will support law enforcement and national security agencies who do their work impartially and effectively. In an abundance of caution and to ensure that there is no perception of any conflict, I've asked the public safety officials to implement a screen on national security issues relating to the Tamil community.
Gary Anasangari did a great he answered it correctly, concisely, and it was good. Now, that was an excellent question, the way it was posted forward, and I think that he answered it so clearly. It's probably I see why he's rising, how he's been rising in the ranks. Because like he said, his overabundance and thing, anything to do with Sri Lanka is what basically he said he asked for a blind, because he probably, his heritage or something like that, right? So he's probably has close ties with this community because he may be, I'm not sure. It was a difficult name to learn. It's a simple name, but it took me a little while, and it takes us all a little while to mesh into this culture. Sri Lanka has a great culture. It's an amazing culture.
South Kelowna.
Mr. Speaker, despite having world-class shipbuilders like Seaspan in Vancouver, BC Ferries has chosen a Chinese state-owned enterprise to build 4 new ships, even though the Prime Minister has declared China the biggest security threat to Canada. Meanwhile, the Liberals are providing BC Ferries with $36 million with no conditions to protect Canadian workers. Will the minister grow a spine of Canadian manufactured steel and make Canadian jobs a requirement for this funding, or will she side with Premier Eby in selling out our ship and steel building industries?
The Honourable Minister of Transport and Internal Trade.
Mr. Speaker, our government will always side with Canadian workers, particularly our steel and aluminum sectors that are being battered right now. I was disappointed and concerned when I learned of this procurement, particularly at this moment when Canadian workers need our support. BC Ferries is entirely under provincial jurisdiction. The support BC Ferries receives from Transport Canada is entirely for operations and there is no capital expenditure.
The Honourable Member for Cowichan, Malahat, Langford.
Mr. Speaker, what a great non-answer. Look, yesterday, the Minister of Transport refused to act on my concern over BC Ferries buying 4 ships from a Chinese state-owned shipyard and used the excuse that it was not a federal project, which was not the question that I asked. The Liberals should be supporting Canadian shipyards in our economy instead of supporting CCP-owned shipyards and their economies. So again, I ask, will the Liberals attach the obvious condition of buying Canadian-built ships in order for BC Ferries to get their over $30 million Liberal subsidy?
The Honourable Minister of Transport.
Mr. Speaker, I absolutely agree we need to be supporting Canadian shipbuilders. That's why we have a national shipbuilding strategy. I absolutely completely agree. We need to be supporting Canadian steel and aluminum workers. Yes. And further, I agree that we need to be alive to national security challenges and bear those in mind when it comes to procurement. I have spoken to my BC counterpart about this issue, and I would underscore BC Ferries is entirely under provincial jurisdiction. I do not think any BC MPs would challenge federal support for operations of ferries.
The Honourable Member for Chicoutimi-Le-Fjord. Mr. Speaker, we've learned that Canadian production of critical minerals could fall by almost 60% by 2040. It's not very surprising, as mining projects under the Liberals take forever to develop. However, we have exceptional geological potential in the Saguenay-Lac-Saint-Jean, including phosphate. Since 2018, we've been working to have it added to the list of critical minerals. Mr. Speaker, why are the Liberals incapable of extracting our natural resources?
Of energy and natural resources.
Mr. Speaker, mining is crucial to our economy, and Canada is facing American tariffs. We must support our mining workers. That's why we will speed up permitting of new mines by cutting red tape and approving projects within 2 years. This will create jobs for Canadians, grow our economy, and provide more opportunity for mining workers in our country. We hope our members across the aisle will support the One Canadian Act.